Hey there folks, Karshel back. Boy, for a minute with that slow loading texture, I was concerned that something had happened and my building was screwed up again. Anyway, welcome back. If you have been watching the past videos, you realize that I ran into a little bit of a technical glitch and ended up losing. I can't get out of here. Why would you want to? Okay, that was confusing. Okie dokie, can't get out of there. Must be receiving the click as something as telling him to. Anyway, I lost a video completely, and 3 additional videos that I had done, the sound was just completely foobarred. So, all that really occurred during that time was some mining and getting Flick some general skill ups in her armor crafting. Okay. The problems that I ran across during that is that the vendors here do not necessarily stock enough leather that I can constantly keep the armor crafting going. So it's going to be sporadic. Squin is not necessarily the best for that. It looks like in a past video I sold everything off that I had. So I don't have an example to show you of the kind of stuff that she is currently producing. Okay, yes I do. Those are 2 of the standard grade pieces. If you look at the sell value of it, which I can't highlight because it goes away as soon as I move the cursor, that more than covers the cost of the materials to make it. So if she starts putting consistently out standard grade or better armor, at that point I am not only paying for the crafting, I am also making a profit. That's kind of the whole goal. With Flick able to be here and pull in money for the group, it frees the group out to go out and do more adventuring and increases our survivability either by using the armor that she is producing now, which is a pretty easy thing to get to as a new group, or taking the items that she produces, selling them, and then using that cash to purchase even better armor until she can get to the point where she is making better armor. At this point in time, since she is out of leather, I'm going to make a run down to, well, when the store opens up, the general supply store, I will make a run down there to see if they've got anything. At the moment, I don't have any research that I'm doing because I believe I'm out of bugs. And nothing new is able to be queued. I do not yet know enough to do the tech level 3, but that will be my next step. So I need to get hold of 10 books. And as soon as things open up, then I need to go and get some leather. Oh, he can't get out of here because the door is locked. Okay, got that. I'm glad they do that. I'm still a newbie when it comes to this kind of stuff, so. But just waiting for that shop to open right there. So, the more money that she makes off of selling her items, the less I have to worry about actually going out and doing mining until I set up a real base and need to have the building materials, the iron plates, and all that kind of stuff. Right now, those are optional. Once I actually set up, that's going to be a different story, but I'm not even going to worry about setting up until I've got a party of, say, 5 or 6, maybe a pack beast loaded down with crafting materials and iron plates and all that good stuff. At that point, it's like, okay, go out, find a site that's got decent mining on it, set up some basic walls to protect the group, and go to it. Now, I have read or seen somewhere, it might have been on the Steam forums or wherever, that until you actually start a building, They, being the governmental groups that control the area, the faction, whether they be holy cities, United Kingdom, all that kind of stuff, United Cities, all that kind of thing, they don't care that you're in an area. Now, I don't know if they define a stone processor or a iron processor as a building, or if it has to be the small shack and that kind of stuff. Normally, when you go out and set up, you have to do that first, because without that, you can't put in a research bench, you can't start cranking up the research and improving your abilities. Since I already have those here in Squen, those aren't as critical for me, so I might actually be able to go up and set up walls and set up my mining operation and not have to worry about that. And if I'm not that far from Squen, I could even run them back in to a building, because the building has room enough for, say, a weapons table. And then I would still be able to be producing armor, I would be able to be producing weapons, and not necessarily have to deal with the whole faction issue of, hey, you're building in our land, we want to tax you. You know, or if I was in Holy Nation territory, then the whole, hey, you guys are monsters, you know, because they don't like anything other than humans. So we're going to kind of play with that a little bit. If I could set up a walled compound with a mining operation inside it, that might be a good place to start. We're going to find out. I'm going to kick up the speed until this store opens. Shouldn't be long. And I know I could have kicked up the speed while I was sitting here rambling on, but I was focused, you know. Every now and then that happens. And the sun's coming up. This will be the first video that I'm doing with my new microphone. So hopefully everything is coming across clearly, and I've got my music playing in the background. Hopefully that is not. Or of course I'm going to get a complaint from YouTube. That has happened in the past, but... Okay, he's got no leather. That's because he hasn't reset. Well, maybe. But I think that those are ones that I sold him. That's a bummer. Okay, well, I'll buy the books, because I've got the money for some of them. And it looks like I probably am going to go mining, because what else am I going to do all day? Sit here on my butt? I've got to wait for him to get leather back, or my production is completely shut down. So, hi guys, how the heck are you doing? What do we got? Starving bandits and dust bandits. Yeah, that's what I expected. And if I remember correctly, I'm trying not necessarily to screw up those factions too awful much. So we'll stay out of it and hope to loot the bodies after they're done. I'm assuming, since I've seen them a few times in here, that they are prisoners that the guards have taken that have been released and happen to find themselves on the way out of town. Now, should I keep those 4 books and wait for another 6 and not do any research? Possibly. Does that mean I'm going to do that? No, I'm going to research what I can that's of use, just so that I'm not sitting here wasting time with him too. Lockpick training and turret training, both of which are useful, but I can't do both. Weapon grades 2, clothing manufacturer. I don't see a reason really for clothing manufacturer at this point. The martial arts bindings, I don't know what they amount to, and that may be useful, but I've got to be honest, I'm thinking more in terms of leather or plate. So, oh, and also, I do need to mention, I have added some mods into my game directory, simply because I have a private game that I play which I don't stream, and I wanted to explore them, and totally forgot that they're included in all the games now. So when you see the option for forestry, that's an add-on. That is not something that comes with the base game. My apologies. At this point, it's not relevant because I am not out building my own base. But you will occasionally see things, and if you try to look at your menus for them, they are not going to be there. That's because I'm running mods. I will put a list of all the mods that I am currently running in the description, and we will go from there. Makeshift walls will definitely be handy and something I need to research for when I do get out, so that's a given. Fabric manufacture, when I do start up a farm, do both of them take one book? No, one of them takes two. Having a cotton field to be able to make the fabric, to be able to power, or to be able to supply the armor bench would be huge, so that one's tempting. Sign, I really don't see the need for that at this point in time. That's a vanity thing. But we will do the fabric manufacture, and if there's anything else that just requires one book, I'll blow the other book on that one. Okay, so Dular is now up and running on that. Since I do not have an option at this point to get Flick back to work, we are going to head back out and do another mining stint. I know it is not the most exciting thing to do. And it is not my intent nor desire to bore you to death, but, you know. Oh, we got a bunch of them fighting up here now. And one of them actually has a weapon. No, two of them have weapons, so they weren't prisoners. Guys, come on. Okay. I know I was going to leave them alone. I know that. But I really do want to jump in here because it's like, you know, it's like free toughness, free loot. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to behave. Damn it. So come on, boys. Let's get out here and swing a pick and increase your laboring just a little bit. Make yourself tough. And stealth is slowly going up for him. Just to spare you folks, I may speed through a little bit of this. Because I know you've seen mining plenty. You don't need to have any further refreshers on how to do that and conduct yourself. Uh-oh. Guess what? One of the mods moved that node. Okie dokie then. So what do we got here? We got copper. Yeah, I ran a mod that restored the old locations for ore nodes. And I'm scanning now because a comment that I saw on the forum said there was actually ore nodes accessible from inside Squin. And if that add-on restored that, then it'd be like, hey, that'd be kind of nice, but I'm not seeing a thing. Okay, so you guys are over there. I checked that wall. Let's look over at this wall. Well, there's copper, and it's a double worker. Not sure how I feel about that. And that's copper. And that's copper. Yeah, looks like all of those are copper, actually. Maybe that's what they were talking about, but that's not inside Squin, so I'm skeptical, but that's me. I tend to be very specific in things when I can get away with it. Sure would make not having to worry about bandits easier, but would also explain why they removed it. Yeah, because I'm not seeing it. Okay, so since my iron node is gone, we'll go back over here and work the ones that I had worked before. Or are they gone as well? Oh, crapola. There was one there. So we got a ton of copper around, which is better anyway. Is that a single worker or a 2? That's a 2. That's a 2. Are these closer? That's a 2. Well, that's kind of weird. I like having my iron nodes available. And are they the same quality? They are the same quality. Okie dokie then. So I almost want to grab Flick and bring her out here as well. Because that would give me 2 teams working 2 nodes. I can't get out of here. Dear, unlock the door. Too bad they don't get scallops for that. I'm just assuming that they don't. And lock the door. Now get your butt out there. We're putting you to work. Excuse me, I'll cut that. Victor, you're working there. You two are working there. I was looking to see where she was running. Oh, she is being followed. Dude wants to check her. Okay. I thought I had seen a little flag over there saying, hey, bag check. So I'll let him catch up and do that. Thank you. Yeah, I have very mixed feelings about that kind of thing. It's like, I have done nothing to earn your animosity, folks. Why in the world would you be such buttheads? Okay. So, we'll load down CP this time. Kicking into high gear. Makeshift walls have been researched. Gonna be more quiet here so that I can skip ahead. Now that was cute. I've never seen that happen before. If if you keep a goat, you can collect goat milk. Okay, so that would be a reason to buy goats. I have wondered about that, because I don't know that they're necessarily any good at fighting. What I think of in terms of goats is killing them and getting the goat meat, but if you're paying all the money to get them, then that doesn't really make much sense. But if you can then turn around and collect the goat milk from them for cheese and banana milk, which I've never seen the banana milk yet, that might be a reason to actually get them. Well, now that's kind of cool. I was unaware of that. I was wondering why it was giving me actual dialogue for a goat. I'm like, what in the world? Now, I kind of doubt that the goat will adopt me, but that would be kind of fun, too. And the goat is following Victor around. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, that's interesting. Goal, following. That is very entertaining, actually. He's following Victor. Victor, get back here. Yes, I know you want food. Get back here anyway. Okay, Victor's taking off. He's going to take the goat into town. They're going to have a good time. Yeah, that didn't sound right. Oh well. Victor, hopefully you're not offended by that. But I am going to leave it in. Sometimes I'm challenged for witty repartee, and that qualifies. Okay, time to loot, pack it in, and get everybody back to town. Because the vendor will be opening up, and that's kind of the whole purpose of doing this, was just wait until he actually got there and got up and running. Victor, what'd you do with the goat? Come off, sneak. Everybody about to end this door. Including Victor. Victor, get your butt back here. Okay, I'm still having mouse trauma. Although this does not look like mouse trauma. What in the world? Oh, you wanted food too, did you? I swear, sometimes having a food bucket is not a good thing. Okay, get down with the autosave. Come on. Karshel, get your butt back here. Okay, let's try this again. And off sneak. Thank you. And deal with the venom. Thank you. Now pause. Nobody go wandering off. I swear these people. And we have leather. I can't afford it? Yeah, you watch. I will be able to. Okie dokie. And back to Fleck, who is going to buy the rest of the leather. Oh, 9 books. I need 10 for the next batch. So how many of those can I buy? Fabric I have plenty of. I could buy 9 of them. Excellent. And I still have enough to buy fabric. Okay, good. So she's going to be able to do some production for a little bit, which is wonderful. So let's bring the whole group back to the building, even though that's not really necessary, as long as she goes back. Helps if you come off pause. Just make a mental note of that. And there was another fight going on up there. I swear this is a boisterous town today. Okay, Fleck, go to work. Yay! And she'll actually have one turned out before too long. She's not wearing one, so it will go on her. And standard grade, again, it'll more than cover costs. I was hoping for a higher grade, but, you know, I shouldn't bitch too often. Although I sometimes do like to, I'll freely admit. Turn out that leather, girl. Okay, Dular. We need 10, which we still don't have. We're 1 book off. Do I want to do this other research or do I want to wait? Oh, medium building shells. I really need the tech level bench. So I think I'm going to hold off and make that the priority, and then I will start getting the additional walls and the defensive capability built up for when I do go with the building. So that mining run went pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and call this one here. Thank you for joining me. Like always, please feel free to comment, like, share, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And I will see you here on the next episode, where we actually look at what Flick is producing now. Hopefully there is some better armor, but either way, as long as she's doing standard grade, it's paying for itself at this point. And all of the additional funds I can use to recruit and buy additional armor for the rest of the group that's actually out and about. Okay, have a great day. Karshel out.